Welcome to Paranormasight, a game I've had in my list for probably years now, and I've just never gotten around to playing it. Apparently a new one is coming out. Lots of people asked me to play this one, so here we are. I have been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Apparently you've been sitting in my list for years. Hello! Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Storyteller. Nice to meet you. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I shall be your guide going forward. Now then, before we begin our story, there are several things I must bring to your attention. Okay. First, this game uses autosave. Cool. Saving is a very important element of games. It is the only way to keep your memories in place. If you do not wish to rely on autosave alone, you can also save manually via the menu. Next, please look at the upper right. This is the menu. From here, you can check the text log, etc. You can also adjust the brightness, etc. For instance, if there is a voice you would prefer not to hear, you can mute it by setting the voice volume to 0. I'm not gonna lie, I've been spoiled on that feature. I know at least one usage of it. I suggest you check the brightness controls and other settings now before going on. Nah, I'll trust you. Let's just go with it. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Thank you, because I forget very quickly. There is one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. It would feel strange to go on without knowing your name. It truly would. Please, tell me, what may I call you? Where is my keyboard? There we go. Tara. What? What did he just call me? You being weird, sir? I see, very good. I have no idea what just happened, but okay. Alright, now that we've been properly introduced, let us begin our story. Oh, I see, it was probably trying to take my Steam name. Ahem. From antiquity to present day, regardless of how society and civilization evolve, death has been a constant presence that none have ever escaped. This is true. Whether it's one's own or that of someone close, death is always a difficult thing to accept. This is an immutable reality, a value shared by all, no matter the age in which they live. In fact, oral traditions reflecting people's fears and prayers regarding death still remain. Ghosts, spirits, and so on. Similarly, an attempt to defy death, many curses, rituals, and customs have been born, from burning spirit incense to summoning the souls of the dead. Some of those secret arts are still being passed down to this day. On that note, Tara, this may seem rather abrupt, but is there someone you wish to bring back from the dead? What if you had one chance to use the secret art of resurrecting the dead? Yes, if you had the power to bring someone back to life one time, and one time only, what would you do? I don't want it. Would I sacrifice myself? Would I sacrifice someone else? Would I use it if it came at no cost, or let someone else have it? I suppose if it comes at no cost. I see. Very interesting. Yes, that is what I thought you would say. What seems to be the matter? You want to know what this box that has been sitting here is? It's quite the curious thing, isn't it? This is called a color television. Yes, I grew up in the 90s. I know what that is. The world I will be sending you to is full of devices such as this that do not exist in the age you are from. Did he just call me a hag? I'll have you know, sir. Nothing. Nothing at all. In this era, a color television can be found in nearly every household. That's not all. For example, if a person should wish to contact someone while they are out of their home, they use public telephones like this that can be found all over the city. Truly ancient technology. Can you imagine what life would be like in such a time? Yes, not like I grew up with that. I'd be thrilled to have you continue this story, Tara. After all, that is why you came here, no? So, let us begin. I have kept you waiting long enough. I present to you Paranormasight, a bizarre tale surrounding the curse known as the Rite of Resurrection. A peculiar yarn ensnaring 9 men and women in a fierce fight for their lives as it unravels. Some of the characters appearing within surely share your views on the Rite of Resurrection. I imagine those who have lost someone dear to them will feel particularly strongly about it, clinging to it as their last desperate hope. The first I shall introduce, a man named Shogo Okiie, is one of them. Okay, let's have a look. Shogo Okiie, male office worker. Shogo is an unremarkable young man entering his 3rd year of working in the planning department at Hihaku Soaps, a chemicals company headquartered in Sumida. Whoops, scroll too far. Born in Western Tokyo to an ordinary family around the same time as the birth of color TV, he grew up amidst the boom of special effects heavy action films, anime, variety shows, professional baseball, and pop music. Shogo graduated from a famous private university in Tokyo and has since settled into an apolitical mindset, common among those of his generation, with no strong ideals and no particular dissatisfaction with the world as it develops around him. He is content to just go with the flow, having stumbled into his current position by pure chance, and it is safe to assume he will follow the stereotypical path of working his way up the ladder, starting a family, and remaining at the same company until retirement. He plays folk guitar as a hobby and is currently looking for a girlfriend. Indeed. Alright. Breaking news! Oh, I wonder what it could be at such a time. Early this morning, the body of a drowned man was discovered at a park in Sumida City. Police have identified the body as Shogo Okiie, a 25-year-old man who worked at a company in the area. As signs of a struggle were found, the Sumida police suspect foul play and have launched an investigation. Oh! Excuse me! Please, pay no mind to what you have just seen. Goodness, you very nearly saw something that would have spoiled the story. Just pretend you did not see that. Let us turn back time a smidge and start again from there. Do you understand? You saw nothing. You know nothing. I love the storyteller already. This story is a work of fiction. All locations, characters, organizations, legends, etc. that appear in this game have no relation to reality. I mean, considering that it's set in Tokyo with real places based on real urban legends, that's debatable. Shogo? Shogo, are you alright? Hey, can you hear me? Huh? Hey, that's not a proper answer. Earth to Shogo Okiie. What do you think you're doing, falling asleep here? You gave me quite the shock. Come on now, up with you, up. Okay, and... there. How's that? All right. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humours off balance? My what now? Excuse me? I'm fine, I think. There's definitely nothing wrong with my humours, though my head's still a little fuzzy. Shogo Okiie. Okiie. Shogo. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Turn your head around a little bit and see if you can walk all right. All right. When the game is in your control, drag the screen or move the right stick to look around. Ooh. Some nice ancient technology over there. Clickety click. Oh my gosh, hello. Good, good. You seem to be fine. What a relief. Ma'am, personal space? Do you remember anything, like where we are or what we were doing? The rite of resurrection. Do I sound like a weirdo or just non-committal? I sound like a weirdo. Huh? Wait a second. When did I tell you about that? I mean, I guessed I must have, seeing as you know the name, but weird. Anyway, you still seem a little out of it. Why don't you look around a bit more? Okay. Alright, look around and see what we can investigate. Cool. Recall. I'm still a little woozy. What the hell's wrong with me? Wait, where am I? I should take a look around. Alright, let's look at this ancient technology. These telephone booths are all over town. The lights are always on so they can be used in an emergency. Alright. Please tell me, what is a telephone booth? A small booth containing a public telephone, most often found in parks or along roads. Local telephone calls can be placed at a rate of 10 yen per 3 minutes. More recently, telephone booths capable of accepting prepaid cards known as telephone cards have begun to spread, enabling one to make a phone call without the need for small change. Amazing! The telephone booths in the downtown area tend to be plastered with unauthorized advertisements and leaflets, a problem that has shown no signs of slowing down. Alright. Yikes! That was close! If we died before we got our hands on the rite of resurrection, everything would be over before it started. Hello? What was that about? Oh, check out the playground. That's an interesting looking playground. I bet it's crawling with kids during the daytime, but it's kind of peaceful here at night. Where are we? Oh right, this is Sumida City, Tokyo. We're at Kinshibori Park near Kinshicho Station. Yoko brought me here saying she needed my help with something important. It's just past midnight. That explains why there's nobody else around. Sumida City, Tokyo. One of the 23 districts of Tokyo. Located in the eastern part of the city, it's surrounded by the Sumida, Arakawa, and Kyunaka rivers. At the start of the Showa era, the area was still divided into two districts, the southern Honjo and the northern Mukojima, but they were merged into one district after the Second World War. It is said to be named after the Sumida River and the banks that line it. Unlike the river, however, its name uses the character for ink, rather than that for corner. Both are pronounced sumi. Even now, people still frequently mix up the two. Despite suffering extensive damage from both the Great Kanto earthquake and air bombings during the war, Sumida managed to recover and come out on top every time. Once filled with samurai residences, it is now home to a thriving industrial district and many residential zones, though evidence of its previous character can still be found all around the area. Alright, some of our major landmarks / tourist attractions: Echo Temple, former Yasuda Gardens, site of Kida Kozukenosuke's residence; Sumida Park, Tokyo Metropolitan Memorial Hall; Mukojima Hyakkaen Gardens, that's difficult for me to say; Kinshibori Park, opened 1950, conveniently close to Kinshicho Station and surrounded on all sides by roads. This paved park is a popular spot for people to meet or relax. Kinshibori Park was named after the Kinshibori Canal, part of the South Warigesui Canal, which could once be found nearby. In fact, the area's name, Kinshicho, was also derived from the canal. I love learning things about Tokyo in games like this. Whoa, okay. Is there anything else to even see? Ma'am? Okay, what are we doing? There's a girl here. Who is she? There's a girl? Oh, I had to click on her. That's Yoko Fukunaga. Good, at least I can remember that much. I first met her about a month ago. She's 23, works as a housekeeper, and is really into the occult. Aren't we all? If I think harder, I can probably recall a little more about what's going on. We've only met a few times, but we've really hit it off. She's a lot of fun to be around. I have no idea how she feels, though. I get the sense she isn't thinking about me that way right now. But I know I've got a thing for bubbly girls who are into dark things like the occult. Don't we all? Paranormal fanatic. Yoko Fukunaga. Fukunaga Yoko. Alright, she's a housekeeper. After obtaining a junior college degree, Yoko started working as a housekeeper. Due to her ability to see things others cannot, she has received strange looks from a young age. This ability spurred an interest in the paranormal, which she continues to pursue to this day. Following graduation, Yoko worked a desk job at a trading company, but butted heads with her supervisor, who was skeptical of the supernatural, and quit within a year. Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spends her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. Living the dream. As she vowed to live life true to herself and never change for the sake of others, Yoko has no regrets about the path she has taken. Yoko has a dog, a Shiba Inu named Ogopogo, who has been by her side since she was a student. I don't know who Ogopogo is, but I already love Ogopogo. Alright, it wanted me to recall, didn't it? Let me think. What can I remember? Alright, her name is Yoko Fukunaga. We met about a month ago. What's the deal with this park? It was around noon on one of my days off. I had just finished running some errands in Kinchicho and was here taking a quick break. I was just looking around absent-mindedly. Oh, I have to move, do I? When I noticed this girl loitering about. She was digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seemed to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figures and petting them on their heads. My curiosity got the better of me before long, and I struck up a conversation. Hey, are you looking for something? Sorry, I must look like a total weirdo. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm looking for something. If you want, I could give you a hand. Really? I mean, that'd be a huge help, but... Are you really just a good Samaritan? Or are you after, something else? Huh? Definitely the other thing. I'm a good Samaritan. Oh wow, my hero. People like you really do exist. I think I might cry. Alright, now you're just being dramatic. Okay, I guess I'll let you help me. Be warned, you might regret what you've gotten yourself into. No worries. What are you looking for anyway? Did you lose a bracelet or something? Not exactly. I'm searching for one of the 7 mysteries. Supposedly, this is the location of the Whispering Canal. The what now? Now I've done it, I bet you think I'm some kind of lunatic. The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Do you know anything about it? I do, actually. I literally have videos on this very channel about it. I figured everyone around here would have at least heard of it, but I guess not. Honjo is what the southern part of Sumida is called. A long time ago, this part of Tokyo was split into 2 separate cities. The north part was Mukojima, and the south part was Honjo. Huh. Am I boring you? Well, I'm not a local or anything. I just work around here. Oh, then no wonder you didn't know. Well, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo is a legend dating all the way back to the Edo period. Really? It's that old? That's like over 200 years ago. Oh, I've got your attention after all. I just assumed it was one of those fake stories made up to chase the occult craze. Haha, I don't blame you. A lot of the popular stories going around are pretty fishy. But the 7 Mysteries of Honjo are different because they're all true. They're true. That's what I said. They're the real deal. So, hold on. What does that mean? Are you telling me there's actually paranormal stuff at work in this park? Yep, pretty much. But there's got to be more to it. After all I've done, I still haven't found a thing. That was the first time I met Yoko Fukunaga. Interesting. Alright, we have lots of things to look at. Alright, I'm rubbing my hands in glee. I love this sort of stuff. Alright, so we got a map of Honjo, a location in the southern part of modern Sumida City. It consisted mostly of swamplands until the middle of the Edo period. While it wasn't originally considered part of the city of Edo itself, the area on the eastern side of the Sumida River began to be developed once the Ryogoku Bridge was built after the Great Fire of Meideki. While Honjo is known for its large number of rivers and canals, many of these were dug during the area's urbanization for drainage and sewage. The Ryogoku Bridge area, home to the Echo Temple, eventually became filled with both people and shops. After a magistrate was assigned to the area and shops continued to pop up, it soon became a part of Edo proper, as its reputation as a lively place spread. Honjo, along with other areas like Asakusa and Fukukawa, are still appreciated today for their old-fashioned feel and architecture. Great, love it. Occult craze. Paranormal phenomena, the supernatural, aliens, cryptids, lost civilizations, ESP, the list goes on. Such unexplainable phenomena are quick to take on a life of their own. A plesiosaur named Nessie living in Loch Ness. Sightings of mythical creatures like the Tsuchinoko or Hibagon. The urban legend of the Kuchisake Onna. Television reports of spoon-bending psychics. Documentaries which feature mediums and spirit photography. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public. There is no end to this obsession in sight, with magazines on paranormal phenomenon enjoying widespread publication. Most recently, rumors of an ancient ritual known as the Rite of Resurrection have been spreading in certain circles. Alright, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, the title of this game. Honjo became known as a hotspot for strange happenings during the Edo period. A number of these stories have survived to this day and became known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. While many of these were likely the result of people blaming things they didn't understand on spirits or monsters, the stories continue to be told as urban legends. Despite what the name would imply, there are actually more than 10 of these strange tales. Their roots likely come from stories told by the city's common folk. The most famous of the stories is the Whispering Canal, which eventually became the basis for both an idiom and a well-known rakugo story. Alright, the most famous, the Whispering Canal, the Fool's Procession, the Beckoning Light, the Haunting Clappers, the Evergreen Beach, the Taiko of Tsugaru, the Foot Washing Mansion. Oh, we all love that one. The big dirty foot. The One-Sided Reed. I have a video on the One-Sided Reed. I'll probably leave a link in the description. The Ever-Burning Lantern. Alright, let's take a closer look at the Whispering Canal. An enduring superstition. Formerly known as Kinshibori, many fishermen once gathered on this section of the canal that ran through Honjo. As their days came to a close and the fishermen gathered up their catches, a terrifying voice would rise up from the canal, whispering, "Leave it behind! Leave it behind!" Those who ignored the voice found themselves unable to move and their previously full baskets of fish emptied. They would then be dragged into He Canal, never to return. This strange phenomenon continued to occur, and the people began to call this body of water the Whispering Canal. Alright, I think we already just looked at all that. Cool. We exchanged contact information and we've talked on the phone a few times since. We've even met in person once or twice. But she never brought up the 7 mysteries of Honjo again. I figured she'd gotten bored of it. Until today, when all of a sudden she decided to resume her search. Huh? Wait a second. Where did Yoko go? There she is. There she is. Took the words out of my mouth. She's back to digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seems to be enjoying herself, talking to animal figures and petting them on their heads. Wait, we've lived this before. No animal needs that much petting. I mean, my cats would disagree. According to Yoko, the Whispering Canal, one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, is around here somewhere. It's apparently the story that the expression left at the canal originally comes from. I think I left myself a note about it. I should check my files. Where do I check my files? Right here. Where would I find that? That's right, she asked me to come here to help her look for one of the 7 mysteries. Actually, I think I did some research. I can't remember too well. I should check my files. Oh. It's now given us information on all of them. Alright, well, I reckon today we're probably just going to read these and then end it here. So, settle in. It's time for some urban legends from the Edo period. The Fool's Procession. A mysterious tale regaling an encounter had by a daimyo at his residence in Honjo's Ushijima, now Komagata High School. When walking around his estate, he heard the sound of music, much like that of a kagura performance. He commanded his people to find the source, but no matter how much they searched, the music would fade when one neared the Warigesui Canal. The source of the sound was never located. This story is also known as the Procession of the Tanuki, as many were of the belief that it must have been one of these mischievous tricksters behind it all. There they are. The Beckoning Light. While walking along the road near Honji at night, one might spot a hazy lantern light up ahead, despite there being no one around. Following it will cause it to go out suddenly when getting near, but just when one fears the darkness might swallow them up, another light will appear further ahead, as if guiding the one who sees it. Some say the flame is benevolent, leading people to their homes, while others believe it is a monster, leading people astray. Some even believe it's the vengeful spirit of someone that died, luring the lost to the land of the dead. Alright guys, what are we thinking? If we see this mysterious light in the middle of the night, are we following it or not? Is it taking us home or is it taking us to the other side? Not gonna lie, I'd probably follow it. The Haunting Clappers, my favourite title. As the evening bell rings in Iriecho, near present-day Shumoku Bridge, a night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all while striking his wooden clappers. Indeed. But tonight, the sound of another set of clappers answers back. He curiously claps his clappers together again. Stop making me say it. Clack, clack. The echo answers again. But no matter how hard he searches for the source of this second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it was the work of a mischievous tanuki or kitsune, while others say it was a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire. Oh no, the clappers! They're coming for me! The Evergreen Beach. Once upon a time, in North Okurabashi, a beautiful beech tree stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence, now known as the former Yasuda Gardens. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the Beech Residence. Somehow, no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumours spread of the eternally green tree, it became known as the Evergreen Beech. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. This has led people to say that the strangest part of this legend is the fact that it even became a legend at all. I didn't know there were evergreen beech trees. I learned something today. The Taiko of Tsugaru. There once was a daimyo from the Hirosaki domain in Tsugaru who built a residence in Midoricho on a large piece of land. On this estate was an almost 8-meter tall tower that served as a lookout for fires. Only a designated firefighter was allowed to use the large drum that resided atop the tower in the event of a fire. While most towers used wooden blocks to sound the fire alarm, for some reason, this residence was permitted to use drums. The residence and its special privileges led to much speculation and gossip among the townsfolk. Interesting. Alright, look at this stanky foot. This is the story of something that occurred in the dead of night in a residence in Mikasacho, modern-day South Warigesui Street in Kamezawa. A foul-smelling wind rattled the house. Suddenly, a giant foot, drenched in blood, smashed through the ceiling. "Wash!" it commanded. After the servants carefully washed the foot, it returned from whence it came, fixing the roof it had broken. A man who had been visited by the foot every night asked a friend to trade houses with him. That night, the foot stopped appearing. Wash! I love it. I have a video on this, the one-sided read. I wonder if any of you remember it. It was a while ago. There was once an infamous rogue by the name of Tomezo who fell for a woman named Okoma. Tomezo persistently chased after Okoma, attempting to win her heart over and over again, but she rejected his advances each time. Enraged by her indifference to him, Tomezo brought a dagger to a canal near Ryogoku Bridge and attacked Okoma. He cut the arm and leg off one side of her body, then threw them into the canal. Ever since then, the reeds growing along that canal have only sprouted leaves on one side. He might have some issues. The ever-burning lantern. On a bone-chilling winter's night, one may happen upon a soba cart along the canal known as South Warigesui. Look at that gorgeous creature. But there is something strange about this cart. No matter when one might visit, its owner is nowhere to be found. Yet the lantern that hangs from it stays perpetually lit, burning brightly even with no oil to fuel it. Should one attempt to put out the flame, it immediately roars back to life. However, there is also the tale of the never-burning lantern. Another telling of this story in which the soba cart's lantern always remains dark, refusing to be lit. It reminds me of the woman yelling at the cat meme. Why are they so angry at each other? It's just soba. Alright, we're going to save it here. We spent a lot of time reading the legends. We're now up to date on all the legends. Presumably all of these things are what we are going to be exploring in this game, but I'm excited to dig into it. I love old, especially Edo period urban legends, and like the game teaching us about Tokyo and places around Tokyo at the same time is just, I'm here for it. That's exactly what I'm looking for right now. Anyway, come back next week. Let's figure out what this strange woman is doing in the park, digging in the sandpit at midnight. I'll see you guys then. See ya.